Hello students. Hello students. My name is Prerna and I'm your EVS teacher. And today from your EVS book Enviro, we are going to be reading chapter number 6. So let us start reading this chapter. So this is chapter number 6 and the name of the chapter is The Animal World. So we are going to dive into the world of animals and study about them. Most of the wild animals live in groups. Different animals are called by different names. Animals live in groups because it gives them safety. So when animals, they move in a herd or in a group, they feel very secure. They can fight the enemy together. Other animals will prefer not to attack a herd or a group of animals. Some animals also move together in search of food and water. So there are two main reasons which are given why animals move in group or in a herd. First is because it makes them feel secure and they know that there are a lot of chances of them being safe from any attack. The second reason that is given here is that animals sometimes move in a group in search of food and water. Animals stay in a group so that the young ones can learn to look after themselves. Once they are trained, they can move out on their own to look for food and water. It is also so much more fun to be in groups. Animals too enjoy when they are in groups. Just like we have a head of the family, animals too have a leader. The eldest or the strongest member becomes the leader. The function of a leader is to watch out for the safety of the group. Animals too show respect for their leader. They can show love and affection. Many animals do not attack an animal who has a baby with it. Animals' behavior. So, we are going to talk about different behavior that animals exhibit. So, the first is that there are some animals which are friendly in nature. They allow us to go near them. Humans tame these friendly animals as pets or domestic farm animals. So, who are these friendly animals? The first name that always comes to our mind is a dog. In fact, dogs are said to be humans' best friend. So dogs, cows, hens, all these are cats, all these are called as friendly animals. Then there are some animals which are very shy in nature, who are very introvert. They do not like it, or they prefer staying a little away from human beings. And they run away when we get close to them. Rats, rabbits, peacocks, squirrels, these all are shy animals. They go near the food only when we are not there. Tortoises and snails go into their shells. Hedgehogs and porcupines, they roll themselves into pricky balls. So sometimes you might have seen which is some animals which are round in shape, and they have very sharp, pointed needle kind of things on their body. What are these? These are porcupines, and these creatures are extremely shy. Wild animals like the bear and deer are also very shy in nature. Most of these animals do not attack humans unless we harm them. In fact, I'll tell you something. No animal will ever attack you unless and until you kind of trouble that animal. So sometimes we see street dogs and a few of us are not very good towards them and we hit them with stones or with sticks without any reason. So what happens? That dog might bite you, or that cat might pounce on you, and just off guard. You wouldn't be even prepared for it. So never ever hurt any animal. Animals like tigers, wolves, lions, foxes live in the wild. That is, they live in the forest. They are not used to human presence. So we cannot make them our friends. Immediately you cannot become friendly with these animals. Then, very interesting feature about animals, that they help each other. How? Let's take certain example. The egret is a bird that is often seen sitting on a buffalo. You can see this bird which is sitting on a buffalo. You know what this bird does? It takes out the lice or the ticks, or ticks are small insects which are there on buffalo's body. So what happens? The buffalo, she's getting herself clean, and this egret is also enjoying itself. Then there is another strange relationship, the sucker fish or remora. So you can see there's a small fish under this shark. It's called as a sucker fish or remora. You know what it does? It attaches itself at the bottom of shark's body, and what it does, it remora is protected, and it also feeds on bits of food which falls from shark's mouth. So this remora is protected from any attack, and shark, while it is eating some food that comes out of her mouth while she is eating, this remora feeds on that particular food, and she also gets a free ride. Then the Egyptian flower sits inside the mouth of a crocodile. So you can see there's a bird. Now imagine this bird, it sits inside the mouth of a crocodile. And she's not scared at all. Why? Because this bird, you know what it does? It cleans the teeth of the crocodile, and crocodile doesn't harm her at all. Then we talk about a very interesting fact. What is it? Animal-human interaction. So all those, who have pets at home, have you ever wondered, you tell your pet, okay, come here, play with this ball, sit down, don't make noise, calm down, okay, here's your food, eat it. And the pet understands what you are saying. You think pet understands Hindi, English, or French, German? You think pets understand that? They understand the language of love, of care. And that is what it is, what animal-human interaction is all about. There are some people in this world who have tigers and lions as pets. And those people are not scared. And the tiger or the lion or the elephant, they do not harm that person. We all know that Lord Krishna, the Hindu god, is perhaps the most famous cowherd of India. For this, we can understand the animal-human interaction. Since olden times, humans have tamed animals to use them for different purposes. Herding is still a common occupation in rural areas. These domestic animals, they give us many things like milk, egg, meat, etc. They also pull carts. So some animals are also used as means of transport. Bullock cart is an example. Some dogs are trained to assist the elderly and specially abled people. So some dogs, sniffer dogs, if you have heard of these sniffer dogs, they are used in forces and police forces. However, human beings have been cruel. In some cases, human beings have been cruel, and they have been killing or poaching animals unnecessarily. Why? To earn money. So, there were a lot of people who were killing elephants in large numbers for their tusk, for their teeth, which was, the ivory teeth. There are some people who kill tigers to use their skin for clothes, but that is being extremely cruel. And what happened? We have come to a stage that many animals have become extinct. Certain animals are under extinction. They've given an example here. Tiger is the national animal of our country. But imagine it is under extinction. What is the meaning of extinction? That it is under the threat of extinction. That it is there are chances that there will be no tigers left in our country. Imagine our future generations would not get to see a tiger, a real tiger maybe. So we need to be really kind towards animals. There are many laws and rules that protect animals. Many forest and bird parks, animal sanctuaries, tiger parks and reserve parks have been built for this purpose. But there are still some people who go out for hunting or killing, which is not a good thing at all. Now the next thing that we are going to talk about animals is big ears, small ears. So it says that animals are divided into two main groups. The first are the animals that have a backbone. And what are they called as? Vertebrates. So the animals which have backbones are called as vertebrates, and then there are other animals which do not have backbone. They are called as invertebrates. So the main difference between vertebrates and invertebrates is that vertebrates have have backbone. Invertebrates do not have a backbone. Most vertebrates, that is most of the animals that have backbone, also have ears, and animals hear with the help of ears. Ears help the animals locate which direction the sound is coming from. So just like ears help us to listen, same is the case with animals. Have you ever heard the expression as blind as bat? It is not really true. Most of us think that bats are blind. No, bats can very well see. But how do they see? They don't have eyes. They use ears to see. Sorry, they don't have eyes means that they do not use eyes for seeing. They use their ears to see something. And bats, they make loud cries that are too high pitched for the human ear to hear. Sound waves from these cries bounce off surrounding objects and echo back. What is the meaning of sound echo? If you have ever been to the mountains and you shout something, you hear that voice bouncing, that is called as echoing. Bats and foxes use their ears to find prey and escape from enemies. Many animals have ears which can move like this. These movable ears, the ears that can move, these movable ears help it to know exactly where the sound is coming from. Dog, rabbit, cats, etc. have movable ears. Not that their ears can move up and down, their ears can move to and fro like this. A polar bear has small nubs for ears. It flattens them against its head to swim fast. It can close its ear completely to keep the water out. Some ears are hard to see. Birds have two holes in their heads but no outer ears. This adaptation helps birds in flying, as outer ears would slow the speed of the bird. Birds' ears may be tiny, but they are very powerful. Birds can hear sounds which no human can hear. A bird flying high in the air can hear a fish jump in the water below, or the sound of insects in the shifting desert sand. So imagine a bird with tiny ears. It has such powerful ears. Then we talk about snakes. They do not have ears at all. Then how do they hear? They hear the vibrations that come from the ground. One of the most famous underwater communicators is the dolphin. Dolphin also uses its hearing to see. Although the dolphin has good eyesight, it is sometimes hard to see in the murky water. If the water is not clear, then dolphin uses its ears. Then, so the dolphin makes a series of clicking sounds which echo back to guide its course. Not all animals hear all sounds. That would be trying to listen to 60 radio stations at once. Some animals hear only high-pitched sound and some listen to only low-pitched sounds. The natural world is filled with sounds. Listen to neighborhood dogs barking. Walk in the park and listen to the flapping of wings and the croak of frogs. Then we talk about very interesting feature about animals, that is the fur on their body. So what is the use of this fur? Some animals are hairy, some have very less hair while others have a thick furry coat. Animals that live in hot areas have only a skin cover and less hair to let their skin breathe easily. Deer, zebras, giraffes, tigers, camel, etc. have very short hair on their skins. Animals in cold areas need to keep themselves warm, so they cannot wear sweaters or jackets like we do. What is it that protects these animals from the harsh cold weather? It is their fur, skin. So like you see this polar bear, it has a very thick fur all over its body that helps the polar bear to keep itself warm. Sheep have sheep have a thick woolly coat to keep them warm. Another animal that has a little less fur but more hair is the rabbit. Yaks are seen in the bitterly cold areas of India and Tibet in the Himalayas. You can see this is a yak. Yak has a thick, shaggy outer layer of hair and woolly fur beneath to give the extra warmth. Some animals curl their bushy and tails around themselves to keep themselves warm. Water birds have oil glands that make them waterproof. Birds like cormorants and darters do not have oil glands, so they need to spread their wings so that they can dry themselves. Reptiles like snakes, lizards, crocodiles, they do not have hair. In fact, they have scales on their bodies. Hair on animal bodies can help plants to spread their seeds. Now, this is very interesting. You will notice that some plants have thorny seeds that clinch to the hair of animals. The animals carry the seed to new places, helping in seed dispersal. That is, the seed gets attached to the body of the animals, and wherever this animal goes, so the animal will go to a far off place and then that seed is planted in that particular place. We also use the hair of rabbits, sheep and pashmina goats that are reared in cold mountain areas to make yarn for warm clothes. So much about animals, how they hear, how they keep themselves warm, why we need to be good to them, how do they use their senses. So the animal world is really huge and you should always be kind towards animals. Thank you so much.